Hello everyone, today we will repeat street food from different countries. Let's start with Thailand. There, the preparation of pancakes reached a completely different level. The Thais made a whole show out of it. You point to the picture that you like best, and they draw it for you using dough. Next, they decorate it beautifully. Turn it over, and generously lubricate with butter. They make very beautiful pancakes. And they are served with a berry jam. I wonder what kind of attempt I'll be able to draw at least something similar. Let's find out right now. Alright, we will need some eggs for the dough. Let's break them into the bowl. We'll only need 4 eggs. Now, just using your hand, separate the yolks from the whites. Add 2 tablespoons of sugar to them, and beat them well with a mixer. Now, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, some yogurt, flour, and mix it up again. And now that's it for the yolks. Now you need to add some sugar to the whites. And whisk those too, until you get a very lush foam. Now let's transfer this to the main dough. Using a spatula, carefully combine these 2 substances to preserve the air bubbles as much as possible. Alright, our dough is ready. But here we can't do without a saucepan. So put a funnel in and fill the sauce bottles with dough. We filled 3 sauce bottles to the top and 2 of half full. It's time to add the dyes in. Now for red. And for a rich yellow color, add a yellow dye and a drop of orange. And to get a brown color, use some cocoa powder. Using a dough hook, mix the dyes. We screw the lid on with a convenient spout on each little sauce bottle. Done. The doughs are all ready. Now we need a pancake maker. Turn it on at a low power and sprinkle it with some oil so that the dough does not stick to it. We're going to be drawing in brown. I have chosen a minion drawing. Okay, I can tell you right away that this is not as easy as it seems. The first minion didn't turn out very well at all. Let's take it off. Time for the second attempt. Also a failure. Attempt number 3. It's better, but that's not it. All right, our 4th try here. This minion is already more or less turned out, so we'll leave him. And the first thing we're going to do is decorate his eyes. Simple, standard dough without any dye. Next, we paint over the entire body of the minion in yellow. Blue, let's paint over the jumpsuit. And the legs are brown, the mouth is red, and in a circle we will make an outline with the standard dough. Also, I decided to make another layer of dough on top of the minion so that the pancake was as lush as possible. We wait until the dough is caught and turn it over. It turned out pretty well. Now thoroughly lubricate the hot pancake with butter. That's it, you can take it off. The minion pancake is ready, and we're gonna serve this with some berry jam. Let's try it. Okay, this is delicious. Basically, it's just like a regular pancake. It's just as lush and porous. Just because of the appearance, it is so much more fun to eat. On the streets of Korea, pizza rolls are made. To do this, the triangle of nori is dipped in dough and deep fried. In the form of a side, add a maki roll, a layer of rice, masago caviar, tuna, salmon, a little cucumber, and edamame beans. So let's start with the seaweed. We need to cut out a triangle that looks like a slice of pizza. Then we put the fryers on to warm up. Break 1 egg onto a flat plate. Add yogurt, baking powder, salt, and flour, and knead it. The dough is ready. Dip the nori triangle on one side, and deep fry it. The dough is fried, and the pizza base is ready. Now you need to cook the right rice. We measure exactly 250 grams on the scales. And the first thing we want to do is rinse it thoroughly. So pour water into the clean rice, 275 milliliters, and put this on the stove and cook at a high temp. As soon as the water boils, stir the heat and cook for another 15 minutes. All that remains to do now is cover the pan with a towel so that it absorbs all of the condensate. In the meantime, we're gonna make some dressing for the rice. The base is rice vinegar, and here 1.5 tablespoons of sugar, and half a teaspoon of salt. They need to be dissolved into the vinegar. And pour this into the rice. Now you just gotta mix it up. So let's make a maki roll for the crust. Let's take some rice and put it onto the nori. Spread it out. And for the filling, you're gonna need some tuna. Cut off 2 strips. And put it on the roll. That's it, you can wrap up your maki roll. And put this out on the pizza crust. We're also gonna put out some rice. And put a piece onto the plate. The next step is masago caviar. We open it up. We will need half a tablespoon. Spread this out onto the pizza. Now you need to cut the tuna into some cubes. And spread these out onto the pizza as well. The second type of fish is salmon. I have it in the form of a steak, so we'll cut off one of the meaty parts. And make sure we clean it to a fillet. Cut this into cubes as well. And lay it out onto the topping. Now we need some cucumber for freshness. Cut them into semicircles. And put it on top of the fish. And the last one is edamame beans. Their pods are very similar to peas. Let's open them up. And inside we are met with beautiful green beans. We put them on the pizza as well. And finally top it off with some teriyaki sauce. All right, let's try it. Okay, this is really tasty, but it's generally inconvenient to eat this pizza, so the best solution is just to take these products and roll them into a standard roll. And the last food for today is from the streets of China. They cook tortillas with the help of hot stones. Put some dough on them, and on top of that, another portion of hot stones. As a result, it turns out that you're getting left with a flatbread in Shanxi. Once I got it on the internet, I also found out that this is a very common prison food in China. Let's repeat it. The dough here is quite simple. Flour, crack 1 egg into it, warm water, dry yeast, baking soda, and salt. For the unusual part, fiddle seeds are needed. First, they need to be ground in a mortar so that they give off their flavor. It's ready. Let's add this to the dough. And also we're gonna add a lot of sesame seeds. That's it, you can knead the dough. It turned out to be really thick. Let's move on to the stones. I bought these sea stones, though they're white in color. First, pour them into the sink. They need to be thoroughly washed. Of course, with the addition of soap. Just rub them well together. Okay, now the already clean stones we're gonna put into a frying pan. And put it on the stove. Turn on our hefty burner. First of all, any water that is remaining after washing should evaporate. When the stones are dry, pour some oil over them and mix them so that it gets all over. And also, I was surprised that the stones could burn. They just changed the color from white to brown. So while the stones are warming up, we will roll out the dough into a flat cake. It's ready. Now half of the hot stones need to be taken into a pan. Spread the dough out on top of the stones and sprinkle the remaining ones on top. Press them into the dough to get a cool pattern. That's it, the stove can be turned off. And after 10 minutes, we can dig out the tortilla. That's it, the Shanxi cake is ready. Let's try it. Yeah, this is a really tasty pita bread. And thanks to the stones, it has the flavor of like fire, and also the awesome aroma of fennel and sesame. Let me know what other street foods you would like me to recreate next. Be sure to like this video, and bye everybody!